Hello everyone, my name is Mythrell and welcome back. So we continue straight where we left last time, so let's do it. Beth's 2010 plan. Beth's charts and plans for the plan to travel to 2010 and steal the countermeasure. Okay.
Okay, what's up?
It's about the plan. If Amaral gets the machine working...
We go back to yesterday and undo all of this.
Listen. In the video Will left for me, he said the countermeasure was stolen from his workshop on July 4th, 2010. He also said I took it. Maybe I did, Jack. We have a time machine.
You're saying we go to 2010. We steal it.
If Will was right, that would mean it wouldn't be a change. We take the countermeasure, bring it to the present, fix the fracture, save the world.
Okay. Explain to me why that's a better plan than just going back to yesterday and preventing all this from happening in the first place.
Because I'm afraid that based on what I know about time travel, we can't change anything. The past has already happened. We can't change it. But my way, we don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my plan still feels simpler. Let's just get the machine working.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Dr. Amaral seems convinced that Paul's been to the end of time. Do you think that's true?
Can't be. Otherwise, trying to prevent it would be pointless.
Why?
Because it's already happened.
Yeah, that's a good point, by the way.
Let's see how Dr. Amaral's doing with the time machine.
But it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Weird concept.
I don't think we can trust her.
Oh.
The way she looked at the countermeasure like she's seen it before. She knows what it does.
Hello, Riverport. Well, it's been a rough night for us. The collision at the Port Donnelly Bridge that has claimed multiple lives is still being investigated. At least a dozen people are confirmed dead, and investigators say they expect to find more bodies, some of which are predicted to be found in the cars at the bottom of the river. The cause of the accident remains unclear. Adding to the confusion are conflicting reports from shipboard personnel and those on dry land. The captain of the cargo ship insists that the bridge was up and the route was clear. However, some people shoreside claim the cargo ship was approaching the bridge at high speed, despite the bridge having not yet been raised. Others express surprise at the ship's presence, claiming that they do not see its approach at all. The investigation is still ongoing. We'll keep you posted. Now, obviously, this disaster will affect us in more ways than one. With the Port Donnelly Bridge out of commission, heavy congestion is expected on the other routes across the river, and we now have reports coming in of multiple car crashes all over Riverport. So you will want to reserve enough time for your trip today if you're traveling by car. Stay safe out there. Hopefully we can all get back to normal soon.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird concept that you can travel in time, steal something, but yet somehow you cannot change
Will
the
takes it
past.
to the next level. When we were kids, the only way that Will could express anything important to me was by informing my stuffed giraffe when I was in the room.
It's precious. And weird.
Do you have anything here? Right, we had the one thing here. I think I took it already, so I suppose it's just in case if you didn't go there first time.
Did she find anything?
I'm not sure. I'll go check.
Suppose I can talk to Amy. Or Amaral, I thought it
How's
was
it look?
Amy.
The problem is quite simple, really. The power relay is down. You'll need to find a way to reset it up. There, where the light is. I'll lower the ladder for you.
What happened to the power relay?
power surge occurred at 7 a.m. this morning, when the machine was activated.
7 a.m. That's hours before we even got here.
Dun dun dun.
Well, the numbers don't lie.
I have this
Okay, I guess I'm doing some climbing.
I had this feeling that it's Will who's
Sure. Saves me from volunteering.
traveling in the time as well. Why is this time vision thing blinking? There's nothing here. Oh. Can I get to that somehow?
Hit.
Okay. I'm just gonna examine this place because apparently they hid stuff here. Oh,
Jack. Hi. It's Will. I guess you're in Thailand by now. I'm not sure if you even still use his number. I don't like how he left things. I've been under a lot of pressure. There's some things I should tell you. I'd like to make it right. Just call me, okay? Please.
I suppose we never got that message. And we don't need to go to the toilet. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's definitely stuff inside here. Oh, here's the sheep.
You've got to be kidding me.
What is it?
This is all my stuff from our family home. Kept everything.
Guess you thought you might come back. Is that...
Yep. Will's personal psychiatrist. Want to give it a try?
I think that giraffe's holding enough baggage. Jack? You okay?
Yeah. My artsy rebel phase.
Complete with
What
a
is that?
very rebellious how-to guide. I always wanted to try this, actually. Never had the time.
What is that? I don't know what that is. Tarot? Maybe? I don't know. Could be.
What's wrong?
Toto. That's my signature.
You made
Oh,
this.
she painted these.
I've never even been here before.
That woman in the picture is you, isn't it? So,
Jack. There's something you should know.
Oh.
1999. I was 8 years old, playing in my backyard, and a woman approached me, told me she was from the future. She gave me very specific details of events that would come to pass. She gave me this. Filled with dates, events, proof of it all. Jack, that woman,
it was you.
everything I told myself would happen, did. Every detail, for better or worse, came to pass, and couldn't be changed. Our fate is laid out before us, Jack. Everything that happened to get us here, every sacrifice that was made, they're all a part of this path. And they can't be changed or undone.
Beth,
When we step in that time machine, you will see for yourself.
So maybe she became some kind of crazy old lady and started
Alright.
doing these paintings.
If you're that sure about how all this works, we can try it your way.
It's in the bathroom? Really? Achievement. Distant mirror. Okay.
It's her. She's the one who's been painting all over the city. Jesus.
Come on. What the heck, man? Can't jump?
Notebook was full of dates, events that would come to pass, instructions.
Oh.
Her entire existence was formed out of those pages.
So, Beth's notebook. Beth, I know that this encounter will be a lot to take in. After all, it's not every day you meet your future self. I tell you that you need to keep this all a secret, but I know you won't listen. You learned that lesson the hard way. Okay? Cool. The next few years won't be easy for you. Nobody you know is ever going to understand what you are going through. The closest to you will try to change you, convince you that you are losing your mind. You're not. You're special. You have been chosen to do something amazing. Know that your struggles will all be worth it in the end because you have a purpose. You're going to save the world. Well, yeah. So, that in theory means that we will save the world. Which would ruin the whole game. How do I know? I've been through this all before, and I'm going to prove it. Below you will find a list of events that will come to pass in the future. They cannot be changed or undone. It will take time for you to accept this, but eventually you will learn to use this knowledge to your advantage. You will be prepared for what is coming. October 3rd, 2000. Derek Stevenson's son has been bullying you for months. On October 3rd, you will push him down the staircase at school. You'll do everything in your power to resist this, partly to avoid the consequences, partly to prove this book wrong, but the terrible things he will say in that moment will be too much for you to handle. He'll pretend to cry, claim that you gave him a concussion, and you'll take all the blame. You will be transferred to another school. You'll hope things will get better. They won't. It's going to be a difficult year. Whenever you feel helpless, just remember this book. You're special. You have a purpose that they don't. Hold on to that. And if it makes you feel better, 16 years from now, Derek will be working at Dollar Store. He still lives with his mom. Oh, sick burns. December 3rd, 2000. Mr. Hartsug from next door will pass away. February 3rd, 2001. The kids at school will steal your jacket. Your parents will claim that you're hiding it on purpose so that they will buy you a new one. Look in the bin on the corner of 3rd and Main. You'll find something that will get you through the winter. You'll be teased for wearing it by Mythrell. You'll fight back, but it will only make things worse. Eventually, when you are able to contain your anger, take her aside and say the following to her. I'm sorry about your mom. Then give her a hug. She'll push you away. She will look incredibly confused, vulnerable. She will never tease you again. April 24th, 2001. Erica, your best friend, will break her arm. Having read this, you will do everything in your power to prevent this. The actions you take to avoid this from happening will only make it so. This is the first time you will truly witness that your fate is already determined. It cannot be changed. Erica will blame you for the incident. Try not to take this to her heart. You will soon discover that she isn't the friend you thought she was. Stay strong. You will find people who respect you for who you are very soon. August 5th, 2001. You will take the night bus home. There will be only one other passenger on board. A scruffy looking kid with a black eye. Oh really? His name is Jack Joyce. Remember his face. He's going to be he's going to become important down the line. Well, that's borderline creepy. September 11th, 2001. This is the one that will change you. An event will occur that will devastate the entire nation. An act of terrorism will cause the World Trade Centers to collapse. Thousands will die. I won't go into further detail because the more you know, the more painful it will become when you are unable to prevent it. And you will try to prevent it. You will fail. You will curse this book for not telling you more. You will curse yourself for not being able to stop it. It will take a long time to get over this. But eventually, you will use this pain to fuel your path forward. You've now felt what it is to be completely unprepared for what is coming. It won't happen again. Next time you will be ready. This is the event that will finally make you believe. Any doubt you have had will disappear. You're ready to take on this mission. So what is coming? October 8, 2016. An experiment gone wrong will cause time to break down. This event will be referred to as a fracture in time. The onset of this event cannot be prevented, but the outcome must be. If the fracture is not stopped, then the time itself will come to an end. That's... yeah, just casually dropping the bomb there. Life on our planet will end. Saving the world wasn't an overstatement. It is your mission. You must stop the fracture. You can pull this off, but to do so, you need to follow some simple instructions. Learn who to trust. Short answer: nobody. The less people know about you, the safer you will be. From this point forward, your mission takes priority over every other aspect of your life. Do not start a relationship of any kind that you aren't willing to leave behind at a moment's notice. There is one exception to this rule. We'll get to that. Know your enemy. Monarch Solutions. They will try to prevent you from achieving your goal. Learn everything you can about them. You will know the best way to achieve this when the time is right. Monarch is run by a man named Paul Serene. You must never be seen by Paul Serene. If he discovers you, then you will risk failing your mission. Oh, that's interesting. Learn everything you can about him. Remain hidden, but keep in mind that the best place to hide is often in plain sight. So I'm assuming they will meet up in after the altered time traveling. Or during the time traveling, I should say. Which is the reason for all this. Blend in. Change your appearance frequently. Hair color, clothing style, everything. Be cautious about drawing attention to yourself. Learn to blend in. Examine those around you. The way they move, speak, laugh, copy them. Become your surroundings. Train daily. There are a series of skills you will need to master to truly be prepared. Hand-to-hand combat. Filipino Kali and Jet Kyun Do. I suppose those are some guys or gyms or something. Weapons training. Knives, pistols, shotguns, rifles. Wilderness survival. Compartmentalization. Lip reading. Face reading. The list is one that you will build as you go. In time you will understand what is necessary and what isn't. Don't rush yourself. Start with gymnastics. Study your target. Jack Joyce. He is the one person who can help you in your mission. He is the exception to Rule 1. You can trust him. Learn what you can about Jack. Study him from afar. But do not approach him directly. You aren't the only one watching him. In October 9th, 2016, you will rescue Jack Joyce. From there, the next steps will reveal themselves. Be patient with him. He is stubborn, reckless, naive, but you can't do this without him. And he has his moments. He's much more smarter than he seems at first. Don't mistake grief for stupidity. Study your objective. The countermeasure. This is the device that was built to stop the fracture in time. This is your objective. Find the countermeasure and use it to stop the fracture. Achieve this and the world will be saved. The was built by Jack's brother, Dr. William Joyce. Any attempt to contact William or find the countermeasure before the onset of fracture will be in vain. Wait, Jack will show you the way. Retrieving the countermeasure will not be a simple task. It will involve great hardship and sacrifice. When the time comes, you will be ready for this. When you first read this, it won't make much sense to you. Over time you will believe every word, but you will feel underprepared. You will wish that I had told you everything. I promise you that what is written here is everything you will need in order to get you where you need to be. I know this, because I'm already there. Chin up, Toto. You're going to achieve amazing things. You. Yeah. Suppose. How the heck do I get up there? Maybe it's on the other side of that wall. That's possible too, I suppose. Yep.
Looks climbable.
Where am I going to climb? Oh, up there. Oh, to get above this thing, right? Okay, that makes sense. So we already seen that. Just double checking that we didn't miss anything. Yeah, we certainly did miss something. Okay. Or did we? Oh, I probably examined these objects a little bit ahead of time, so to speak, when I searched all this last time. Maybe they were meant to be found in this. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter what time you find them, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna climb up there. No, come on. Go through the damn door. Okay, here we go.
Where the hell would your brother put maintenance controls way up there?
That's exactly the kind of question that never would have entered Will's mind while building this thing. Hey, I think I can get to the reset from here. Of course.
I'm still getting used to that.
Don't expect to.
Okay.
So, red turned into green.
Okay. Another red light. Red light. Where the heck is that? Oh, it's other side, okay. Oh, nice. I didn't realize you can actually change your path while jumping. Still kicking stuff.
All right, all lights are green.
I do kind of want to jump in. Yeah. So that thing should be generating a huge amount of gravity right now, so I don't think we would be standing here if it was a black hole. Big enough black hole to create that effect, visual effect.
Diagnostics are positive. This may actually work. It's ready. It's actually functional.
Okay, we're doing this. I'll set the date into the console. July 4th, 2010. Are you ready?
No. Are you?
No.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, I'm going with her.
There's still time to...
So wait,
There's no turning back.
I was kinda hoping I would get to play
Hey,
Beth.
wait.
I will.
What did you do? That was the wrong door. You changed the date. Where is she? Where is she?
I had no choice. I couldn't let you take the countermeasure. It would put our entire plan at risk. I already called Monarch from the terminal. They're on their way. It's over.
What did you do?
Fuck!
We need the countermeasure to run the lifeboat.
Yeah, it is the seafarer.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow through with the plan. Tie her up and get as far away from here as you can.
I will. You just take care of yourself, Jack. Okay?
Oh, I wanted to play Beth. Come on. That's not creepy at all. So a lot of people have been through this time machine.
Your first journey back in time, 2010.
Oh.
This is where our notes get hazy.
You know how it ended.
Your goal when you arrived was to retrieve the countermeasure.
But my goal had to wait. Because I wasn't alone.
Achievement, take that trip. Okay. And still we are doing emails. I kinda wish they would go back in time so much that there would not be emails. From William Joyce, read the countermeasure to Beth Wilder. It's finished, it's finally finished. Tests are all positive. I have officially constructed a working countermeasure for a fracture in time. I can't prove it, obviously, since there's no fracture to deploy it against, but I believe it will work. It has passed every test I can conceive. There's no reason I can see that it wouldn't. Given your knowledge of the future, I'm guessing you already knew this would be the date I completed my work. This day has been a long time coming. I was beginning to doubt it was possible. I haven't heard from you in almost 2 years now. Please tell me you're still out there. Right. I'm now going to ask you to do something that will sound counterintuitive. Leave the workshop, leave the countermeasure behind, and do not return until tomorrow morning. As with all of my orders, it is best that I don't go into further detail. Okay, leaving the workshop now. The countermeasure is secured in my safe. I know better than than to ask the reasoning behind this question. In 11 years you've never been wrong, and I don't want to know about the future anyway. But that won't make this easier for me to digest. Can we meet tomorrow? Now that the device is complete, I need to know what the next steps are. And please be careful with the countermeasure. It's tremendously powerful, and sourcing the chronon particles for it alone has taken over a decade. Rebuilding it would take me years and years. Huh.
Hey, Bobby Radford coming at you on 4th of July. And what a fine day it is, too. Things are looking up for Riverport. Don't believe me? Just look at that shiny new Monarch building going up. That's a big deal for this town. Sure, I know there's been complaints. Talking about how Monarch's tearing down this or that, taking over the mom and pop spots, making Riverport more corporate. Some of that's happening. It ain't all good. A huge corporation like that, you know, they're all about power and profit. But I say, hold on there. Put it in perspective. This town's been miserable for a long time. A long time. When our shipbuilding industry took that flying nosedive, we hit one hell of a slump. A lot of people I know have been unemployed for years now, and that's hard. But Monarch's here. And they're starting to change that big time. So they ain't perfect. So what? It beats the alternative. I want to be optimistic about this. It ain't wrong to have a little hope for the future.
Oh.
This is capitalism working as intended, you know? The American way, you could say.
So these are cutouts for the paintings on the walls. So she actually did them back in 90. Interesting.
What's going on here? Since when did Will run a graffiti workshop? None of this crap was here in 2016.
Okay, I'm gonna actually go back there. Do the full circle, so to say. So that's some wheeling noise. What is that banging? Suppose that's a nail gun? Somebody's building there or something. Oh. Yeah, I think we have to go up there once again.
What the? Someone's in here.
That is like some kind of revelation. Or I don't know why that is so.
What's that? The fuck are they shooting at?
Why that is such a big, huge surprise. Okay, let's do that. Oh no, it's... Is it Beth? She became angry.
Beth? It's me. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, she's
What
been
happened
through
here?
a lot.
This is it.
Oh, we get to play her. Yes? Hopefully.
Jack? Dr. Emerald sent me to the future. I fought for months trying to find a way to get back. I wasn't
Did not
gonna
expect that. Oh!
Stop! I followed him back. He set William's machine to 1999. The first possible exit point.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm on your side.
Who are you?
I'm Beth Wilder. There's some things you need to...
Okay, yeah, so that's when Paul gets back to the...
You're the reason you built the countermeasure.
But when
You've
did
been
Paul
here
get
ever
there?
since. 11 years. Why? Why didn't you come back?
We should get ready. We don't have much time.
Yeah, it's
She
getting
changed. And there was a weight in her eyes. She was hiding something.
She always was.
I can't do this anymore. I can't. I can't fucking do this.
So yeah, in the future Paul will be using the Will's machine to travel back into 1999. So I assume that will happen later on this game. Which these time traveling games are kind of funny in that way.
What exactly do you believe changed in Beth?
She lost hope.
Oh, so this is journal, February 28, 1999, back in time. Here I am, back in a time I've already lived once before. No idea how long I'll need to stay here. No idea what comes next. This isn't how it was supposed to go. This wasn't the plan. If I'm going to come to terms with that, then I'm going to need to write it all down. There's nobody to tell this about but myself. So hello me, again. This all started back in 2016. Jack and I kidnapped Dr. Emerald. We were supposed to use the time machine to travel back to 2010 and retrieve the countermeasure. I believe Dr. Emerald switched the date at the last moment. I heard Jack calling out, but it was too late. I was already inside. There was nothing to do but keep moving forward, and when I exited the corridor, I arrived into one place I never thought possible, the end of time. My greatest fear was realized. I'm still trying to grasp what that means. Oh, she's seen the end of time. So that's bound to mess you up, I suppose. My entire life has been devoted to stopping the fracture. What I saw, was it proof that it couldn't be stopped? I can't believe that. There's a logic to all of this, a meaning. I just haven't found it yet. I'm not ready to write down details of the end of time. Not yet. The essential part of the story is that I found a way back. I spent a long time trying to fix William's machine, but somebody beat me to it. He set a course to the earliest time the machine could operate. The first time the core was activated, February 28, 1999. I followed him through. That's when I found William. Still alive, much younger than I had ever seen him. I warned him about the fracture. I told him that he was the only one who could create a solution. He begged me not to tell him anything else about the future. He said he couldn't stand living like that, being constantly aware of what will come to pass. His every action just part of the preordained dance. I wanted to tell him more, but I know how he felt. William agreed to do what must be done. He agreed to build the countermeasure. This whole time it was me who set him on that path. He says the machine doesn't have the sufficient chronon capacity to return me to the future. He says a jump that far would be nearly impossible without a substantial scientific breakthrough. Apparently that hasn't happened yet. That is why... That is way of saying I'm trapped in 1999, second time around. Okay, so that's the reason why she's still here. So here I am. July 19th, 1999. Time Machine movie equals success. It's move, not movie. I misread that. So I worked with Will to get the time machine moved. I had to make sure Serene wouldn't be able to use it to his advantage, so we moved it to the one place I knew it would be safe. Bradbury swimming pool. Will spent a big chunk of his research grant buying the property. It's the one place I know for sure that Monarch won't find us. After all, they still weren't aware of it in 2016. That means this is my new home for the time being. Will refuses to build the countermeasure here. He says that it has to be done at his workshop. He chose that location to build the time machine for a reason. Something about abnormal chronon density, anomalies, whatever, didn't seem to concern him that the very people we need to hide from know about his workshop. Probably doesn't help that he won't let me tell him who those people actually are. Guy's almost as stubborn as his brother. Now that the move is complete and Will is on his way, all I can do is wait. Not liking the idea of that. Keeping busy was the only thing that distracted me from the eerie nature of being trapped here. Guess I should look at the bright side. Second chance at having a killer Y2K party. September 5, 1999. Little me. The most surreal experience. Her eyes looked so full of life. Looking to the clouds, invulnerable to the world around her. She looked full of life. She looked happy. It was me. I knew the day was coming. I knew that I had to go see her and set her on a mission so that she would do what needed to be done. So that someday she would become me. She was in the backyard, bright red duffel coat, playing. Simple pleasures. It's strange, I remember the small details so differently the first time around. When I was a child, that woman who came to see me seemed like an angel, a limitless source of wisdom, gifting me with purpose. Now I was that woman. Trembling, a lump in my stomach, nervous as hell. It didn't matter. She was too young to see those things on my face. I gave her the notebook. I told a small child to give up those simple pleasures to pursue a life that would bring nothing but pain and hardship. I promised her that it would all be worth it, that she would make a difference, that she would save the world. She believed me. January 1st, 2000. Epic Y2K party. 8 bagels with cream cheese and watched Buffy reruns in a train swimming pool. Party on. September 11th, 2001. 9/11. I tried to stop it a second time. I warned them, told them exactly what was going to happen, nothing changed. I came to terms with the fact that none of this could be changed as a child, but since then I've seen things that make me desperate to prove myself wrong, desperate to believe that what I've seen cannot come to pass. I tried to stop the rise of Monarch. I tried to stop Paul Serene, both versions of him. Every action was negated by the force of a timeline that cannot be bent or broken. I've tried to stop tragedy as well. Jack's parents, Christmas of 1999. I know what happened to them. This time I was there. Car crashed exactly as it was supposed to. My presence only led it to happen as it always did. I went to the funeral. I watched Jack cry. I watched Will build up a wall around himself. I watched two brothers change forever in that moment and I could do nothing about it. And now this. Fuck. May 22, 22nd, 2002, Monarch. They spotted me near William's workshop. Barely got out of there alive. After all this time, Søren is still obsessed with finding me. He won't give up until he does. Have to be more careful in future. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense because the young Serene knows what she looks like from the end of time. May 22nd, 2003, the end of time. Been having recurring nightmares about what I saw. I've been dreading to do the I've been dreading doing this. But this time, I have to write it out. It's the only way to move past it. In 2016 I entered the time machine, intending to travel back to 2010. That didn't happen. Dr. Amaral changed the date. When I exited the machine I arrived at the end of time. The fracture had run its course. Time had stopped altogether. The entire world was frozen in one hanging moment. I was the only one still able to function, or so I thought. Then the shifters came. I can still hear them. Their sounds echoed through my dreams. The entire world was still, except me. They really don't like movement. I stepped out of the machine into the one thing I spent my entire life trying to prevent. The fracture was never fixed. I was living through the proof. The first hours were the hardest. I was living through a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from, surrounded by constant reminders that my mission would fail. Never able to stay in one place because the shifters were always searching, always hunting. I wasn't alone. I discovered the first evidence of this a few days in. I heard the shifters becoming agitated, but I was nowhere near them. They were following somebody else, Paul Serene, a younger Paul. Scared, weak, vulnerable, he found me, tried to convince me that we needed to work together to help each other through. He found out very quickly that I wanted him dead. He had no training, no killer instinct. But he had those damn powers and all I had was the Cronon harness. The end of the world, the only two people left, and we became sworn enemies. I can't be sure how long we spent there. It could have been months, could have been years. When time doesn't move, it feels like an eternity. Our grip on reality slipped away, trapped in an endless loop of brutal survival. Though we were enemies, there was a strange bond formulated through that suffering. We've shared an experience that no other human has ever endured. Eventually, Paul managed to get William's time machine working. He was convinced that he needed to travel back to the earliest possible point in order to stop this all from happening. He had yet to learn that the past couldn't be changed. I followed him through the machine, but he escaped. He fought Monarch. He built an empire. I watched the birth of a monster. I can't escape the feeling that my actions helped shape what he became. Maybe I could have guided him. Maybe if I hadn't tried to hunt him down and kill him at the end of time. That can't be my part in all of this. There has to be more. I wake up in a cold sweat most nights. I hear the sisters coming. I can almost feel their presence. Much of my experience at the end of time has become a blur in my memory, but there is one detail that I can't shake. One detail that brings my entire mission in question. One detail that haunts me. 2021. Huh. So she's been in... That's kinda weird. Maybe they will explain that later. February 3rd, 2005. Hobbies. 5 years until the countermeasure will be complete. I spent most of my days training. I don't know what happens once the device is finished, but being prepared is my specialty. I still wonder if Jack will follow the plan, if he'll emerge from that machine in 2010. Best not to think about it. I'm not giving up, but I can't let these thoughts consume me. I need to focus on the present, focus on what is in front of me. That's the mantra that keeps me going. Just focus on the present. So I decided to take on some hobbies. Tried poetry, got depressed. Dabbled with a guitar for a while, smashed it against the wall. Then I started experimenting with graffiti. Seems to be working out okay for me so far. It's fulfilling on a few different levels. Partly as a form of self-expression, partly as a means of release, partly just to fuck with people. What happens when Joe analyzes some graffiti on wall one day, builds an fuck that word, interpretation in his head, and then 3 years later his depiction of that image comes true. Not sure, but it's fun to think about. I can't change anything, but at least this gives me the illusion of some kind of power. That illusion is what keeps me holding on. Sometimes I leave anonymous notes on people's mailboxes telling them what will happen next week. I watch their reaction from afar. Voyeurism and graffiti. That's my life these days. Focus on the present. October 8, 2007. Jack. I started watching him recently. I know Monarch is tracking him, so I keep my distance. I wasn't sure why I felt a need to follow him, to watch his life from the outside, but now I think I understand. I met Jack in the wake of his brother's death. The onset of the fracture. First day of both of our lives. He was broken. That's the only Jack I ever knew. There's some kind of comfort seeing him in happier times. I watched his band play a gig nearby. Atrociously bad. Whiny emo music. Definitely a music movement I didn't need to live through a second time. But there was something pure about seeing him up there, letting it all out. He never had an easy life. It was nice to see that he found a way to release all that. He just looked happy. It made me forget everything else. The nightmare stopped for a while after that, so I kept following him. It gave me something else to focus on. I've spent most of my life hiding who I am, what I know. I knew Jack for less than 24 hours, but he's the only person I've opened up to about everything. I told him the truth. He believed me. I wish I could thank him for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to tell him if he comes through that machine on July 4th, 2010. What will he think when he sees me? 11 years will have passed. I look like I've aged 3 lifetimes since then, and for him that could be only be a matter of minutes. What do I say? That I saw the end? That this might all be for nothing? I was the one who believed without question that we would stop the fracture. That confidence has now been replaced with insecurity, weakness. I fear letting him see that. I fear that he'll see the doubt in my eyes. For years I felt invisible, full of hope. I'm not that woman anymore. I'm scared. December 11th, 2007. Memory. Tonight I painted something at the university campus. It was only after I was finished and took a step back to look at it that I realized I've seen it before. About a decade ago. Remains of something painted on a wall but washed away. It was a jolt. Is all of this futile? Nothing sticks. Nothing is changed. All of it washed away by a river of time. Fucking time travel. July 9, 2008. Will. I've been in contact with Will every 6 months or so. Short exchanges just to get an update on his progress building the countermeasure. He's still at least 2 years away from completion, but he's now confident that he knows the countermeasure will work. He told me that the countermeasure will be able to reverse a fracture in time, but in order to do so it must be activated early in the escalation of the fracture. Once the fracture runs its course, once the end of time is reached, he believes the countermeasure will be rendered ineffective. I asked him what it would mean if the end of time ever occurred. He said it would mean that the fracture was never stopped. It would mean that we failed. July 21st, 2008. Everything I have done has been for nothing. Yeah. July 4th, 2010. Final entry. The day is here. Soon I will receive word that William has completed the countermeasure. I'm sure of it. I've come to accept that this doesn't mean we will succeed. I've come to accept that my mission was a lie. But I'm not giving up. Lie or not, I devoted my life to this cause. It gave me meaning. It's all I ever known. Even if I've seen the proof that I won't succeed, I'm not giving up. I will dedicate every ounce of courage I have left to seeing this through. I'll retrieve the countermeasure. I'll keep it safe until 2016. I will do everything in my power to activate it when the time comes. I will fail, but I will fail knowing that I did everything in my power to say the word. For years I hoped that this would be the day when I would see Jack again. I've given up that hope. This mission started with me alone. That's how it will end. This will be my final entry. Well, shit. She's been through a lot. Alright, I already saw that.
Years.
Valve calendars, yeah. I suppose I will check out the upstairs at this moment. Well, there's really not much to check. Okay, I was expecting a little bit more. Now we just need a good save point to end this episode.
I'll unlock the door.
So where's Will? Where's the countermeasure?
The countermeasure's at William's workshop, where he built it.
Then that's where we go.
Yes. That was the plan.
It's kind of weird that we can read her journal and know what she thinks, but Jack doesn't know anything. Jack doesn't know shit.
Just have to unlock this.
Oh, I did examine all that, right.
My supplies are upstairs. We'll need to get them. There's so much you don't know, that you never saw. I gave up on the idea that she would ever come.
I need to know we're still in this together.
I told you once our fate is already laid out for us. I still believe that. More than ever. I'm just worried what that might mean.
It means we finish this.
You need gear? Take whatever you need. The rest of it's going in the river, along with everything else I brought here.
That's a little drastic.
My time here is done, Jack. I have to erase my presence. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Yeah, I suppose these weapons are good enough. I suppose there will be a fight because of all these weapons. And I wanted to
You
save.
followed Paul to 1999. Why did he travel so far back?
To form Monarch. Prepare for what's coming.
You kept tabs on him.
And he's kept tabs on me. Ready when you are, Jack.
Monarch formed, CEO never disclosed, lucrative investments, all based on Serene's future knowledge. August 2000, Monarch spotted following William Joyce. Monarch is following William throughout Riverport, no longer safe to keep in direct communications. 2001, Martin Hatch hired. First listing of Martin Hatch on employee chart. No details available on Hatch prior to this. 2002, Monarch patrolling workshop. Monarch spotted me near Will's workshop. Barely escaped alive. Must avoid workshop area. August 2003, Monarch on Fortune 500. Well positioned on Fortune 500. Investments have stopped. PR campaign has begun. February 2005, spotted by Monarch. Monarch still searching for me. Must stay out of public eye from this point forward. March 2006, R&D facility commissioned. Cool Island. Must investigate further. October 2006, Martin Hatch promoted. Martin Hatch now designated Monarch spokesperson. Previous spokesperson found dead. Every promotion Hatch receives results from a trail of blood. May 2008. Monarch Tower construction. Construction begins on Monarch Tower. December 2009. Monarch investigated Will's workshop. Monarch personnel spotted covertly entering Will's workshop. They may know what we are up to. Monarch security cameras now surround workshop. Approaching area will alert Serene. March 2010. Monarch Chronon Tech delayed. Monarch Chronon Tech research under Kim. Dr. Kim not proceeding as planned. Not enough chronon particles available. Ground Zero not present. December 2010. Dr. Sophia Amaral recruited. Hired as a chronon research scientist. Okay. And we are still missing this one.
Okay. The countermeasures at Will's workshop. We find it, then what?
You bring it back here, use the machine, and return to the future. Use it to stop the fracture. That was always the plan.
That is still the plan.
Yes.
I can't imagine what happened to you. When you entered that machine, I wanted to go after you, but I didn't know where Sophia sent you or how to find you.
You made it here. It's all that matters. You followed the plan.
Whatever happened to you, change it.
Don't.
We can fix this.
Don't.
We can undo this.
You still don't get it. It can't be changed. No matter what we do, the pieces fall in all of the exact same places. I've tried. Over and over.
I can't just sit back and do nothing.
You have to let go. Jack. You have to let go. I've seen it. The end of time. That is where she sent me. I was there. I've been fighting this fight my entire life, and I saw us fail. I saw where this leads. I just don't know anymore. I don't know if we can win this thing.
Then we'll die finding out.
Good speech. Jack. Okay, so this is a good time to quit this episode, so see you on the next one. Bye.